LoveLine is meant for an adult audience.
LoveLine may contain sexually oriented content.
Listener discretion.
Hey, you don't have to yell. What? You don't have to yell.
Listener discretion is advised.
Now here's LoveLine with Ricky Rackman, Dr. Drew, and Adam Carolla.
And if you don't, but it's, at least he's happy. I mean, that's not a bad thing. Just say, if you do it one more time, I'm going to go back and get together with Dana again, right? Thanks for your call.
Thanks.
Rob?
What are you doing? You know, he must have been up all night or something. He's just drinking. And he goes, oh, he mumbled something.
He was intoxicated, didn't know what he was doing.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Richard, I bet you looked really slick, like brawling with this guy with a boner. That's always a good look.
Yeah. It was on, you know, there was visions of sword fighting in my head, of course.
So what has he said since then?
No. So that's just it. Well, here's the deal: is that we haven't spoken. And that night, what I kind of left out is I went back in, and I don't know. I thought it was kind of funny, you know. So I went back in and returned the favor for him, and I guess I'm calling to see how screwed up I really am, you know.
Right, you weren't screwed up to start with. But
right.
now as the call sort of unfurls, you're getting into that area, wouldn't you say, Ricky?
Yeah.
So he wakes up, guy's giving a hand job. He decides, oh, I'm so crazy, I'm going to go give that guy a hand job. I think that you guys have got a marriage made in heaven. You guys can go to work, come home, and give each other hand jobs.
Well, either that or, you know, if they're just kidding around, there's nothing screwed up about it. But, I mean, there's such poor boundaries and everybody's intoxicated. I mean, it just sounds like a big mess.
That's not a roommate. That's a lifestyle choice there. I mean, that's a little more than a roommate, wouldn't you say? I mean, I've had roommates.
Yeah, I don't know what.
And you've had hand jobs.
And I've had hand jobs.
But never had a hand job roommate.
Right.
This is Gerald. Gerald, you're on LoveLine.
Hey, Ricky.
Yes, Gerald.
Okay, you guys were going for the, is the myth true or is it not true?
Which myth would that be, Gerald?
Whether the African-American peni hangs a little lower than the average dude.
Gerald, are you a black man?
No, I'm not.
You're a white man.
I'm a white guy.
Okay, so why are you answering this? Are you homosexual?
No, I'm not. You were going for the international woman who's been with a lot of different men?
Yes, right. And in another life you weren't...
No, you're looking the wrong way. I played Division I college football in the Midwest.
What school did you play for?
I can't tell you that, and it's kind of giving it away here.
Why? Who cares?
It's a large Catholic school that plays on
Notre Dame.
Frequently.
Fight on.
Okay. The myth is true.
Black men's penises are bigger.
So really
they tend to be.
Wait. There's two things I'm noticing. One is, first of all, in football or showering or whatever, I don't imagine the penises would be hard, which you can't tell. And number two is, we haven't had any black men calling up saying, hey, this rumor is not true.
Well, I'm telling you, in the flaccid state, from what I could tell you, and we were probably at that time maybe 20%, you know, white and or other Europeans, and the rest were African Americans, and through the most part, they just tended to hang a little lower in that flaccid state.
Gerald, what do you think the Gipper would say right now if he heard you talking this way about your fellow teammates?
As long as we won one for the Gipper, he wouldn't care.
Go out there and gauge some penises, boys.
Well,
thanks, Gerald. Let's talk to Mike right now.
Wow.
Mike, you're on LoveLine.
Hey, I was wondering if, like, liking pain during sex makes me weird.
What is tonight?
Tonight is a weird night.
It's not you weird. It's not you, Mike.
Weird night.
It's just tonight.
Turn your radio down, by the way.
I'm going to walk out here with a bag over my head.
Now, Drew, I think you should call us up about that.
I may have to. Mike, turn your radio down, please.
Is that his radio?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my radio.
All right.
But ever since I was like 16, I've liked it a lot.
You know, there's some interesting data about people that are into that kind of thing. There's an association between enjoying those kinds of activities and having had a long illness or bedridden period during childhood. Anything like that happen to you?
What?
Yeah, there is. It's just an association. I don't know what the dynamics are of that. Is that nothing like that?
No, my psychiatrist said that it might have been involved with the treatments my mother used to give me.
Which was what?
Beating me every day after I got out of school.
Well, I mean, yeah, obviously.
But I can't see a connection.
Well, wait. You can't see a connection. If the only way that your mother would give you love is by beating you, and then when you have sex, you get beat. You can't see a connection.
Well, I might not see that I can't see a connection. I don't want to see a connection.
Right. You can see it intellectually, but it's hard to accept the association, exactly. I'm sure. And, well, you know, it's something that people do. Is it normal? Well, you know, it's outside of the usual spectrum of what's considered normal, but it's understandable that you'd have some effects from the way you were brought up, and that seems to be how you're expressing it.
And
Okay?
it always comes out sexually, doesn't it, Doctor?
It often does, yeah.
I mean, your dad did something weird to you, your mom or your uncle, whoever.
Yeah.
You get old enough, you start having sex, it manifests itself in a strange way.
But really what it is that our craziness comes out in our relationships. And that's the most intimate area in our relationship.
You never know how screwed up you are until you start dating.
Yeah, that's right.
We're going to break for commercials. Stay tuned, because we're going to wrap up the Love Line right after this. Which one? We give Adam. We got a choice.
I gotta go.
We're going to take them both. Okay,
Yeah,
let's go blind. Let's just go to blind to any call.
All right, that'll be
We're going to go to blind to the calls.
Wait, you got to
okay?
go in here. These are the blind ones.
Okay, so I will go blind, do any call. We don't know what this person's going to say.
There he is.
This one person right here, you like this one?
Go.
Yes.
Hi, what's your name?
Josh,
And Josh, where are you calling from?
San Jose.
Hey, Josh, you're on Love Line.
I'm on right now.
You're on. We didn't even use a screener. We're going blind at the total risk.
Oh, okay. Well, I just have a question.
Because we're on the edge. We're crazy, man.
Make it snappy.
Well, hey, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Sometimes my dog likes to hump my leg.
Oh, geez.
Right? Are you wearing shorts or long pants?
I'm wearing shorts, and the thing that's weird, I think, is, I like to masturbate sometimes when she does it.
What kind of dog is it?
It's a boxer.
Right,
Okay,
Josh.
that is weird, Josh. That is weird.
Could you imagine the folks walking in on that?
Yeah, we are.
Josh is like, wee. The dog's like, wee.
No, we are never.
I live with a couple of friends. I don't live at home anymore.
Josh, thanks for your call. We are never taking a direct line ever again.
Well, I like Josh.
The dog is dry humping his leg, and he likes to masturbate. That is bizarre.
Let it go, guys. Let it go.
I can't.
Another one?
I'm going to fixate on for the rest of the night.
Let's go to another blind one.
Oh,
Okay?
no.
Let's go to that other line, because that
Yes.
was really fun. I like that. That's a good way. I'd say let's end it, but we have another minute. Hey, you're on Love Line. What's your name?
Alexis,
Alexis, where are you calling from?
San Mateo.
And what's up? We're going blind, you know. You're on the air right now.
Oh, I am?
Yes.
Rad. Oh, my God.
Rad.
Yes.
What's your problem, girl?
Well, actually, I'm just really homesick because I used to live in Huntington Beach. I used to listen to you guys, every night. And so now when I moved up to the Bay Area, it's, really cool. So, or no, really bad. And so it's really cool that I got to hear you guys, and I just want to say hi. And I want to say...
Do you have a dog?
No. Let her finish. Go ahead.
No, and...
This is a good way to finish the show. Thank
And
God.
I just wanted to say hi to all my friends in Southern California, and Andrea and Jessica, and I really miss you guys a lot. And I just want to say I'm a really big fan, and so
Thank you very
I
much.
think you guys are so rad.
Thank you. You're rad, too.
Thank you.
Thanks, Lexus, for redeeming the show.
Can I go to one more?
No.
One more.
Come on, we have 30 more
Ricky,
seconds.
can you imagine-
Antelope's making us
Ricky,
leave. I was having so much
Can you
fun.
imagine what is going through the dog's mind as he's humping this guy's leg? This guy's weirder than I am.
91X.
Over the console and strangle him and make all the papers.
So listen to that. That's in 2 days. Talk to us right now, and being Sunday, and especially being a full moon, where it is a fact the loonies are out. We'll talk about basically any kind of stuff you want to talk about tonight. 1-800-LOVE-191. That's 1-800-568-3191. We do have a fax machine available to take your faxes at area code 310-854-4455. And right now we're getting back to the calls, and let's talk to the lovable, the sensitive, from Lake Forest, Meat Beater?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Meat Beater?
Oh, yeah.
I bet that looks good on your jacket.
Oh, it does. Dude, I'm going to make a shirt that says Meat Beater.
and sell it to...
Oh, dude, I'll just wear it.
Meat Beater goes over as well as the No Fat Chicks license plate frame, by the way.
Yeah, I got to get myself one of those.
Oh, they love it. They come running.
Yeah,
Meat
well,
Beater.
I heard that call. That guy that says you can whack it 12 times a day.
He said 10.
10?
Yeah.
Dude, I just had to call him and salute him because me and my friend Nick thinks he's all-time stud.
You and Nick need different idols. You need different people to look up to.
Dude. Whacking it's the best, bro. What are you talking about?
You're preaching to the converted, Meat Beater.
Think so?
I don't know who you're talking to over here.
I think you Meat Beater, and you guys need to shake hands.
No hobby here, Meat Beater.
God.
No, seriously, though, dude.
No. Seriously. Go outside once in a while.
boy.
I'm talking to
Yeah, the thing, you have to try to meet women. That's if you've just locked yourself in your room and you're going to make a career out of pleasuring yourself, that's not right. Is it, Doc?
No, it isn't. And I've got to go beyond. You've got to meet women, guys. You've got to have a life. You've got to have a productive life.
Even if you go out and meet women, just to look at their face, get a visual picture for you to take home and jerk off, that's okay.
Gentlemen, stop.
You're going out. Yeah. You're getting supplies. You're getting the lotion. You're getting the paper towels. You're getting the towelettes. You're getting the pornography. That's not a life.
From now on, no more OJ, no more OJ, no more JO. Okay?
Please.
Fair enough.
No OJ, no JO tonight on LoveLine. Allison from San Leandro.
Hi, how are you?
How are you?
Okay, I was just wondering if there was any way to tell if you're pregnant or not with outside of a test or going to the doctor.
Yeah, your stomach gets really huge and your breast starts producing milk and you have a baby.
And you don't have periods. That's the most common reason of a woman missing her period.
Well, I mean
meaningfully.
Other than that, because I know stress can change your period too.
Right. Get a home pregnancy test. Why wouldn't you do that?
Well, I was just curious. Simply curious to see if there was like any way outside of that.
No, there's some strange tests that doctors can do, but you can't do them to yourself. And that's it. I mean,
there's nothing around the house you can test yourself with.
No
popsicle sticks with like some Sweet and Low or something sprinkled on it. Nothing.
Have you ever heard that test, Dr. Drew, about taking the needle with the thread? And when the woman is pregnant, she lays on her back, and if the needle circles clockwise, she's going to have a boy, and the other way that...
What kind of witchcraft have you been
reading about? I heard this.
Yeah, right.
No, I did.
No, I believe it.
Yeah, sure, Rick, I believe it too. Allison, you need to go get a pregnancy test. If you missed your period, if you've had unprotected sexual intercourse, get it checked out. Don't make any assumptions, and get ready to deal with it if indeed you need to, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Do you think you're pregnant?
No.
Oh, okay. Just writing a book.
Thank you.
Bye, Allison.
Bye.
Hope from Modesto, you are on LoveLine.
Hope? You're on the air.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering, because, like, the first time you know that a girl has sex, it hurts.
Right.
Does it hurt the same for guys the first time?
No. And I'll tell you why. And I know we're not going to talk about masturbation, but usually...
but you are.
Well, usually by the time the guy actually gets to have real sex instead of the sex he's been simulating with himself for the last 3 or 4 years, he's all broken in. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I mean, guys usually get into that stuff when they're 13 years old, and by the time they have sex, they're like 16, right? So they've had 3 years of penis abuse, and they're ready to go. They've built up calluses.
But if a woman isn't lubricated or isn't, guys, I mean, it wouldn't be the same type of pain, but...
Well, that's true. It's possible.
Women, to a large extent, that pain would be the rupturing of the hymen membrane, and that's kind of uncomfortable. And guys don't have anything like that. Okay?
Uh-huh.
Did you just
Speak
have...
for yourself, Don.
Hey, Hope, did you just have sex for the first time?
No, I've had sex before, like, my first time was like a few years ago.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for your call.
Okay.
Let's speak right now to Eric from Modesto. Eric, you are on LoveLine.
I was wondering if you can actually get STDs from having oral sex.
Absolutely.
And can you have them on your face?
Well, you can get a syphilitic chancre on your face. You can get herpes on your lip and in your mouth. You can... That's about the only stuff you'd see. The rest of it is pretty much sore throat and or viral diseases like AIDS or hepatitis.
Yeah, I heard like rumors going around from my friends and stuff, and I just wanted to confirm it.
What was the rumor you had heard?
I heard about the herpes getting on your face.
Oh, sure. Anything you can get through genital contact, you can get basically through oral genital contact.
And Eric, this is Adam. I had crabs in my sideburns once. I don't know if that counts.
That counts.
Yeah, it was at a bachelor party in Vegas.
Can we write this up?
Very long story, but shaved them off.
And he still has them.
The thing is, I think Eric's just got like some sort of rash all over his face, and everybody's going, "Oh, you have." He's like, "No, they're herpes.
Yes,
I got herpes on my face." Let's speak with Justin right now, calling from Westwood. Justin, you are on LoveLine.
How you doing, Ricky? Dr. Drew, Adam.
Justin.
Hey.
I think it's great you guys are on all over the country now. It's pretty cool. I've been listening to you guys since about '86.
Is it interesting how much it sounds the same?
Yeah, it's great though.
Yeah, it's interesting hearing people from different parts of the country, and yet the problems and the
sick.
qualities of the sort of personality quality people have are the same everywhere. It's interesting.
That was a beautiful sentiment, Doc.
No, I thought there'd be great differences regionally. We still may find some as we go along here, but
Sir Adam would just say, "Oh, I'm glad to know that everybody in America is jerking off."
Hey, well, they're still the rookie listeners, but hey,
That's right.
Us hardcores are still out here. My question for you guys is, I was at this party this weekend, you see, and I met this girl. Turns out she's got a boyfriend. Didn't seem to matter at the time, but I'm wondering now if it's worth going back after her.
How far did you get with her at the party?
Quite a bit far, but not all the way.
Sometimes people will say they have a boyfriend just to kind of keep you at arm's distance, you know.
Well, I called yesterday at her place, and her brother said she was out with her boyfriend, so.
She has a boyfriend.
Well, that could be.
Did you say anything about her boyfriend?
Did she say just that he didn't stimulate her intellectually like I did, so.
Right.
Yeah, like
at a party.
On the chip ball, huh?
Exactly, you know, on the kitchen table, you know, but it's all right, you know.
All right, so you like this girl. She gave you her number, though?
Oh, yeah.
She said, I have a boyfriend.
Yeah.
I'm willing to have, I'm almost willing to have sex with you here at this party, and take my number.
Pretty much. That's why I'm kind of confused, because I'm thinking, well, you know, she seemed interested, but she also seemed to have a boyfriend. So.
But don't you think by the end of the evening she would have slipped in that she was just kidding about the boyfriend if, in fact, she didn't have a boyfriend?
Yeah, well, now my dilemma is let's assume she's got a boyfriend. Where do you go from there?
Well, you go to an early grave.
I mean, should I be that jerk, or should I just, you know?
I think you need to talk to her one more time.
This is one way you should look at it, Justin, okay? If this is the type of girl... Now, do you really like this girl?
I mean, I only met her once. Like I said, you know, it's worth hanging out with her again, but she was a lot different from a lot of women I've met.
But if you get attached to this girl, just realize this is the type of girl...
Same thing to me.
Exactly. Like, right now, you're the other man, you know?
Yeah.
If you got attached to this girl, chances are there might be another man.
That's a reasonable concern, but this relationship...
Every time.
But her relationship may really be over with the boyfriend. You don't know what the state of that relationship is. And you haven't had any kind of... You know, that was in a party setting, and you haven't shown any real interest in pursuing her in the future. I mean, she didn't know that you'd be continuing to see her, and you know, it's a different context when you call her back this time. Okay.
Let me continue Ricky's point for just 1 second. That's very, very astute, Ricky. You want to know how your relationship will end with any one woman, and this is not just going to Justin. This is just to anybody who's listening. You find out how her last relationship ended. Your relationship with her will end that same way. I guarantee it. Just, you know, what would be the best scenarios if her last boyfriend just was killed.
I mean, or if her last boyfriend, some guy like Tank Abbott or something like that, where this guy's gonna. I mean, you should also look. This could be like a dangerous position to put yourself in.
Yeah, well, that's what I also kind of thought about, because I don't know who this boyfriend guy is, and I don't want to, you know.
And by the way, if the guy's name is Tank, it doesn't really matter what his last name is. It could be Tank Perlman. Run like hell.
No sissy's named Tank.
Either, you know.
Exactly.
You got to earn the name Tank.
No. Actually, I don't think you need to feel threatened by a guy named Meat Beater.
Not Meat Beater, but Tank Edelstein, Tank Silverman,
no
anything.
The guy's named Tank.
Just run if the guy's named Tank.
Anybody with the middle name
Exactly. Very good, Justin. Okay.
Thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you for your call, man. Let's talk to Veronica, calling from San Jose.
Hello, guys.
Hello.
Well, my question has to do with me and my boyfriend. We've been trying to have sex, but he has a problem and he can't get it up. And he says he really wants to, and there's nothing wrong with me, but we've tried a couple times and just can't get it up. And
has he ever had an erection before?
Has he ever had one before?
Right.
Not with me. I mean, he says it's never been a problem before.
Okay,
but
so he's had sex with other people.
One person.
One other person. There was no problem there.
No.
Is he on any medications?
Something for his allergies or something.
Guess what? That can definitely affect. Most allergy medicines can affect sexual functioning.
Boy, is he happy to hear that.
Yeah.
That's going to be the best news he's had all week.
Yeah, and the problem, though, is that now that this has happened, he's going to be terribly anxious about the potential for it happening again, and just that anxiety is actually enough to cause it to happen again. So you've got to be very reassuring to him, to create a non-anxiety provoking situation, and have him stop his allergy medicines for a couple of days.
So you gotta put it to him straight. Would you want clogged sinuses or a boner? That's really how you have to put it to him.
Tell him Adam said that. Okay?
What is a good medication, just a brand name, that I could use in case I run into this?
I don't know. He takes shots. I don't.
Shots.
Yeah.
Well, now wait a minute. Shots, if it's desensitization, shouldn't do this. So, you know, you got to just, again, my advice is the same, though, in either case, because he's going to be pretty uptight about the potential for this happening. And you've got to find ways to reduce his anxiety, because if he's nervous about it, if he's anxious, it's going to keep happening. Okay?
All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
And he did the classic mistake of, this has never happened to me before line, which has to drive women insane.
I'm really tired.
Yeah, use something, but don't say this has never happened to me before, because you're going to
What
make
if it
them feel
never has
horrible.
happened before?
Look, I've now given all males the perfect out.
What?
I'm on
allergy.
I'm on this allergy.
I'm on allergy.
I'm on
allergy medication. That is what you use if you can't have an erection.
Just have to stop that stuff.
I'll try it tonight. 1-800-LOVE-191 is the number. 1-800-568-3191. The show is called LoveLine. Please keep the calls coming. If they're busy, and they probably are because the lines are pretty flooded right now, keep on trying to call. Of course, faxes come to us at 310-854-4455, and we will be back with more LoveLine. The show is called LoveLine. 1-800-LOVE-191 is the number. That's 1-800-568-3191. I'm Ricky Rackman with Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla. We are taking your calls about love and relationships and sex and questions and maybe drugs. And being Sunday, we'll talk about...
Whatever.
Talk about, hockey season started this week, so I got to go to the Kings game. Kings were playing Colorado Avalanche, brand new team. So Ann made a phone call and said, hey, Ricky wants to go to the Kings game, and called the Kings, and it was great, and I got to go. I sat in the very last row, at first there were tickets, and it was like, hey, the LA Kings, because I decided, I was a Ranger fan when they won the Cup. I went to the Stanley Cup games, I'm big hockey, used to have season tickets for the Kings for 4 years, big fan. So I figured this lady either really likes hockey, either really likes LoveLine or really hates LoveLine.
Yeah.
But actually it was great. Sat in the very, very last row.
On the Zamboni.
I was cleaning up, but it was still fun. I still had fun. I actually had a great time.
That kind of ruins the whole comp thing, though, doesn't it? It ruins that whole sort of throw your weight around, get a comp.
I wouldn't mind buying them, buying them to sit in the last row, because that's where the real hockey fans are anyway, not all the celebrities,
Right.
I sit up back there, but to say, hey, got some comp tickets from the Kings, and sat in the very last row.
Right.
And, the first two rows in front of me were empty.
Oh.
Let's speak to, let's go to Ann from Stockton. Ann, you are on LoveLine.
Hi, guys.
Hi, girl.
I wanted to know, what's the best way to give a Hummer without, choking on it? Because the times that I've done it, it's I almost barf on the guy. Has your boyfriend complained? Well, barfing, I guess, would maybe give a little complaint there. Well, it's my mouth is really small, and every time I do it, it's I feel like I'm going to...
That's a tremendous asset, by the way, as a male.
Right.
A small mouth, because it's a proportional thing. You look like you have a tremendous penis when you're with a woman with a small mouth, as opposed to, someone with a tremendous mouth, which just makes your penis look, dwarfs your penis.
Right. Okay, like if you were with a Sandra Bernhard or something like that.
Could you imagine?
He'd look like you'd have a pinky.
Clean her teeth. It'd be like after steak dinner. It'd be horrible.
How do I keep from gagging?
Hey, Ann, if you're feeling uncomfortable, taking it really deep or something like that, then don't do it that way. And relax. And just use your hands or whatever. I don't know. I haven't really ever done one myself. I've always been on the receiving end. Take it, Drew.
Remember what I had told a couple callers back, that you can get sexually transmitted diseases, including AIDS, through oral sex, okay?
Okay.
So condoms are a important thing to practice.
Right.
Well, how did Ebony and Ivory do it to you, Adam?
Oh.
Now that you asked. And there are movies, and stuff where the girls can relax their throat muscles and do the whole thing.
Okay, relax here.
Well,
Since you brought up the movie, I've heard there are these movies.
I got to tell you, Ann, when two women were took enough pity on me to do that, it's really, you don't get, critiquing would be in bad taste. It really would. It really would. But they did a fine job. And, actually, the good thing about two women, by the way, for those of you who haven't experienced this phenomenon, is
everybody,
a little competition involved. You know what I'm saying? It's a natural competition, but a competition. It's a one-upmanship, if you will.
You are Sir Adam.
Thank you, and mahalo.
Thank you, Ann. And you guys?
What?
I don't know.
What do you think they call the show LoveLine, Doc?
All right.
Call it Suckline.
Next call, please.
Call it Serena. Hey, Serena, you're on LoveLine.
I have a comment about the pregnancy test you were talking about with the needle and the thread.
What kind of funky accent do you have?
I'm British.
Wow, I like that.
What, British?
Yeah.
And
I'd like to have her answer the last call.
I thought Ricky said it was something to do with the gender of the child.
Yeah, it has to do with the gender of the child. My mom actually does this.
What is it? And what is it?
You take a thread and then you put the needle on it and you dangle it over the pregnant woman's stomach. And if it starts moving in a circular motion, then it's supposed to be a girl. But if the needle starts moving up and down, it's supposed to be a boy.
And how far along do they have to be in order to try this test?
I think it's supposed to be, after 5 months.
See, now, as crazy as this sounds, Dr. Drew, and I know you're just thinking this is another dumb, voodoo witchcraft thing. Serena, has it worked like most times that you've...
It's worked. My mom's done it.
So I've heard the same thing,
How many
Drew.
times has she done it?
How many times have you done it? Oh, my mom says it's 3 to 4 months. You have to be 3 to 4 months.
How many times has she done it?
My sister did it, I think.
She's done it 4 times, and she's been right every
4 times.
I mean, you only have a 1 in 2
do it another, do another 20 times or so, and then tell me what the numbers are.
Serena, let me tell you something about the medical.
Flip a coin 4 times and see if it doesn't come up heads 4 times in a row once in a while.
It's still kind of interesting, though.
It is interesting.
The medical community does not want us to find out about the truth because they won't make their precious money.
Because you know what they're going to do, Serena?
What?
Is that they're going to do is take all of those needles off the market, and then when you want the needle and thread sex device, it'll cost you $1,200.
That's right. That's right. Gouging the system. That's why this country's going under. Nothing wrong with a little homeopathic medicine.
So my mother, she could patent this method, and she could become really...
No, so not so, because I brought it up already, Serena.
Try to keep her job just in case.
Which is a witch. Let's speak with Josh from Tracy, California. Josh.
Yeah.
Hey.
I had a question. It takes me a long time to have orgasm, like an hour to an hour and 25 minutes.
Are you on any medications?
No, but I did have multiple sclerosis.
Oh, sure. Oh, absolutely. Was it sort of a relapsing, remitting kind of MS?
No, I've had about 5 or 6 attacks.
But has it left you with increasing levels of disability, or has it just left you normal?
No, I have my fingers in my right hand are numb.
Okay, so you've had several attacks, and each attack sort of leaves you with some little residual neurologic stuff. Oh, yeah, definitely. Absolutely.
So is there something you can do about that?
Perhaps. You would want to see an endocrinologist about it, or a neurologist. There's a few things that probably could be done. There's things like Yohimbe you could take. Sometimes if your circulating testosterone levels are down, they can supplement that. If it's something purely neurologic, there are things that might be able to help you out. Is there any problem sustaining erection?
None whatsoever.
Okay. So you need to talk to your neurologist about it. I mean, there may not be much that really changes things substantially, though, unless they find some endocrine problem. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Thanks.
Right now, let's go to Larry from Buena. They stop at every sex shop and video liquidators to do a little...
That's right.
It's called the
oh, yeah. And you need the Gatorade.
We'll be back. Line 1-800-LOVE-191. Call us 1-800-568-3191. Or fax us, if you must, at area code 310-854-4455. And I'm Ricky Rackman with Dr. Drew, board-certified internist and addiction medicine specialist, and the great Sir Adam.
I think this is going to catch on, this moniker, Ricky.
What?
I think people are going to start calling me Sir Adam until I die.
Just so you know, it'll take, how long, Drew? About 2 days.
Before you forget?
No, before everybody's calling. Because with Analo, our lovely producer Analo, when I started saying Analo, and now it's like everybody's like, yes, I have a question for Analo. I have a question for Analo. When we called Scott, that does our board, and we called him Bonehead, it was like Bonehead. Right. Everybody started calling him
Ricky,
Bonehead.
You have your finger on the pulse of the nation. I mean, you came up with Here Come the Judge and Where's the Beef, too, didn't you?
Keep on Trucking?
That was yours?
Mine.
Wow.
That was mine. I was 2.
A prodigy.
Yeah. That was me. And the one beautiful thing about Sunday, and especially because it's a full moon and everybody's sick out there tonight, you can ask us anything you want, and of course this I would imagine would be a fax dedicated to Sir Adam. Dear LoveLine, it is LoveLine, we take your love calls. Is it bad for my car's engine if I downshift to slow the car down instead of using the brakes? Andy from Agora.
No, absolutely not. You should be doing that. Absolutely. I mean, it's going to make your brakes last that much longer. The only thing it could be bad on is the clutch. If you're hanging on the clutch, you're riding the clutch a lot, your clutch could wear out a lot faster. So just shift quickly and shift precisely. All right.
And never downshift into first.
Oh, yeah, not into first. You have to be still. It's like reverse, too. See? First and reverse. And a granny gear.
We can do it all here. Tony from Riverbank, you're on LoveLine.
Hey, how's it going, Ricky?
Hey, Tony, how are you?
Great, man. I miss your show so much on MTV.
Oh, yeah, that makes one of us.
You're crazy. Hey, hi, guys. How's it going, Drew?
Good, Tony.
Good. I actually have a comment. Last week, you guys were talking about some guy called and you asked him, do you smoke marijuana? He's all, no, I don't do that, man. It's not cool. And you guys were, like, down upon him for that. And I was like, are you guys against it? Because, like, there's some people who, work hard and smoke marijuana, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Right, and I cannot argue with people who say that people should be allowed to use marijuana occasionally, because in fact it's probably no worse, or at least not much worse than, say, alcohol. However, there is a subset of individuals who clearly are addicted to marijuana. I mean, there's a very serious form of addiction. Biologically,
not physically.
The whole notion of an emotional addiction has no meaning to me. Okay. You're either addicted or you're not. An addiction is a biological process. And it's primarily alcoholics and a subset of alcoholics who have the potential to become marijuana addicts. And those people do get a lot of neurologic symptoms and psychiatric symptoms, depression, problems with memory and whatnot. And they get a kind of a quality to their voice and laughter that we picked up in this guy. And that's
which
why
we don't pick up in Tony.
Right, we don't pick up in you, Tony. Yeah,
Spicoli syndrome.
Spicoli?
Syndrome.
What's that?
Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
I'm just
Spicoli.
really nervous.
No. It's just that you'll listen to the show. It's easy to pick up on. I mean, it's
like this again. No, how did it?
Yeah, that's it.
Like that.
That's it.
Yeah.
Not like
Fran Drescher, big pot smoker, by the way. Although, Drew, see, I'm going to take issue with you because I think you're better off sitting home smoking pot than you are sitting home drinking.
Very much.
Because when you get drunk, then you go out and you start kicking butt.
Yep.
And you drive your car into other people.
In fact, they've done studies on the police are right now reporting that marijuana is a very serious cause of accidents. Okay, it's not quite as bad as alcohol,
right.
But they're concerned that it's very serious.
Driving with the car cover on.
But
going 14 miles an hour in the freeway and having people get in accidents, flicking them off and passing them.
If you want to assess the impact on society at large, I'm not sure I could.
Booze much worse.
Yeah.
Much more aggressive. People become aggressive when they're drunk. People become passive when they're stoned.
Right.
I'm not condoning either one.
But you got to understand that, for instance, I'm told right now that the police tend to look the other way somewhat at, the police, particularly in New York City, apparently, I'm told.
At everything.
They turn the other way when people are using heroin. But they're cracking down on speed because that makes people violent, and that's the one that they're trying to. But heroin, they're letting that kind of go because people keep to themselves.
That's fine.
That people tend to think that all drugs are the same. That if you smoke pot, you're just as bad as a crack. Somebody's addicted to crack.
Well, if you're a marijuana addict, you have the potential to be addicted to all the kinds of drugs that we commonly talk about as from addiction. And usually a marijuana addict, somewhere between 1 and 10 years, will sort of lose the euphoric effects of the marijuana, and today will usually graduate to a stimulant.
Oh, like a methamphetamine?
Like speed, exactly.
Oh, I tried that. It was no good for me.
All right, I'm glad.
Hey, Tony.
Yes,
so you smoke dope a lot, right?
Every day.
Okay.
Oops.
And, well, no, let me just ask you another question, okay?
No problem. I have no problem.
And you liked my old MTV show, right?
Loved it, especially when you and Ozzy were in Louisiana. Love that.
New Orleans. Now, Tony, let me ask you another question. Did you ever videotape the show?
Oh, man, I'm not quite sure.
Well, if you find somebody that has a videotape of the show, try watching it when you're not on pot. You'll see that show really sucked, okay?
You didn't like Ozzy?
No, I love Ozzy, but didn't like the show. Thanks for calling, Tony.
All right, take it easy, guys.
This is LoveLine on
Radio
Station
91X. Doing that Ozzy show that I taped in New Orleans, and it's coming on to Halloween, and New Orleans makes me think of Halloween, and this Halloween I'm excited. We're going to start feeling very Halloween-ish. And tomorrow to start it, we have Elvira on loan.
Nice segue.
So cool.
That
See
was
that?
good. Yeah.
Now that or was that too long?
No, that was perfect length.
Because we're new to the big time radio thing, and I'm trying to
No, it was silky smooth.
So right now would have been a good time to go into like the Monster Mash, right?
Right.
Okay.
And I would say, Ricky, here's another segue. Ricky, your show was better than people said it was. You get no respect. That's your problem. No respect.
No respect?
Yes.
It's funny you should mention no respect.
Why is that?
Because Rodney Dangerfield is on the night after Elvira.
Hell no.
Had a sandwich earlier.
Who's the fourth? What kind was it?
Funny you should ask. A Reuben.
Wow.
And now we're talking to Reuben from Culver City.
Reuben. Go right ahead, please. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Drew never does.
I was wondering if you smoke stems and seeds of bud, if it makes you stimulant.
Makes you what?
Stimulant.
Okay, let me just
do the truth.
Okay, remember we were talking about, like, that last call was named David?
Right.
David's the guy that, you know, he smokes a lot of dope. But Tony, I'm sorry, talking about that memory loss. Tony seemed like the type of guy that maybe wasn't addicted, doesn't have a real problem with pot, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, on the other hand...
Oh, I mean sterile, sorry.
Oh, laugh for me one time, Ruben.
Not funny.
Ruben, this question has been brought to me many times. I have no idea where that comes from. It has nothing to do with anything I've ever heard. Marijuana can definitely raise your circulating estrogen levels and possibly suppress your testosterone levels. It can create breast enlargement in young males and may decrease your sperm count, but it doesn't render you sterile, and I don't think the seeds have anything to do with it. Okay?
All right.
All right.
So it puts more estrogen into you, or release? Yeah. What do you have estrogen in you normally?
Yeah, oh yeah, males have estrogen, but it actually, if I don't remember the exact mechanism, but I think it increases the adrenal glands production.
Where is my estrogen? I mean, if you had to point. Now, don't touch me, but
in your hair.
It's just everywhere?
Yeah.
But where's the estrogen bank? Where's it coming from?
Adrenal glands.
Oh, in your back?
From my back?
Yeah.
But I got so much hair there.
Well,
isn't estrogen something you want in your hair?
Adam has no estrogen.
Isn't estrogen something you want in your hair?
Yes.
You want estrogen in your hair.
It grows.
Well, hold on, Ricky.
Let me work up the mess.
I don't have hair on my back, though.
No.
Adam does.
No, you guys are confused.
No, I have it on my butt. There's a big difference.
So does he have estrogen on his butt?
No, forget it. Let's go on.
Okay, this is Kim from Lemoore. Kim, you're on LoveLine.
Hi, I had a question about that STD transmittal thing from oral sex.
Yeah, Kim, go ahead.
It had to do, I read an article, and it said that the CDC stated that you cannot get AIDS from oral sex due to the protein enzyme in the saliva breaking it down. Can you confirm that or deny that?
Wow.
Because I told somebody, oh, yeah, you can't get AIDS from that, and now I'm thinking, oh, no, maybe you can.
As I understand these reports, that indeed the mouth is a very inhospitable environment for the AIDS virus. But the esophagus, if it gets past the mouth, the esophagus may be an environment where it could be absorbed.
Okay.
So if something is...
if it got absorbed there, then it could transfer on.
Right, so if you're swallowing stuff, you could perhaps...
Because I'm not really like...
The other thing is if you have a cut in your mouth, there's bleeding gums.
Absolutely, I understand that, but as far as like...
No, the mouth is not an environment where it's likely to survive.
So you're denying it then?
In fact, early on...
There's a possibility that you're denying it then, right?
I'm not denying. I'm saying that oral sex is a potential route of transmission.
Okay.
I'm not denying what you're saying. I think what you're saying is accurate. The mouth is an environment. In fact, very early on, when we just after we stopped calling AIDS GRIDS, we used to call it gay-related intestinal disease syndrome. It used to be called GRID.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I thought that was that magazine you sold when you were a kid.
That was GRID.
Oh, really?
But
GRID, I thought that was the stuff people ate.
People did there was a study done.
Speaking of AIDS,
I read over 10 years ago where they took AIDS virus. They were studying these on chimpanzees and monkeys, and they would swab the virus on the vaginal membrane, and the virus would penetrate every time. But when they put that same virus and put it in the mouth, there was never any evidence of virus transmission.
Okay, so that you're thinking, I'm thinking, because I took physiology in college, and I'm thinking, well, maybe it's the enzyme that's in the saliva that's
it's actually it's a pH, and the environment is just inhospitable to the virus. Okay.
Okay, so I shouldn't go around. So what should I do? So should I?
Any body fluid transmission is always a potential route of transmission for viral sexually transmitted disease.
And plus the possibility of the sores, right?
Right. Just stay with thinking of body fluid exposure.
So they stuck the disease in monkeys' mouths?
Yes.
Monkeys have hair in their mouth, right?
Are you going to ask me if they have estrogen in their mouth?
Yeah, is that estrogen levels in their cheeks?
No, they did it in their vagina, too, right?
The monkeys?
Right, monkeys have vagina.
Now, there's a job. You, take this cotton swab and go over there to Bobo and work her crotch over with it. Yeah, sure, why not? Boy, Cub reporter Kim, could you believe? How would you like to date this Kim? She would give you the 5th degree before you even got your shorts off.
Right. Let me see if I can go down on you. Recent studies say, let's talk to old David from Carson. David, you're on LoveLine. What's up, man?
What's up? Okay, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not a question. I mean, I want for you guys to help me out here. Okay, I have this boyfriend, and he's actually starting to like girls and stuff.
Ooh.
So I wanted for you guys to give me some advice, cause I don't know, it just pisses me off and stuff.
You want to bring him back?
Yeah.
To the dark side?
Yeah, because I guess I don't know. I guess I gross them out or something.
Well, How do you know he's beginning to like girls?
Because he, like, stares at their, like, behinds.
Right.
And then...
Don't you?
No.
When you're a guy and you like guys, what do you stare at?
Their chest.
Their chest.
Yeah.
Now,
really?
He's not like yours, not real.
What do you mean? You mean so when? All right, this is your boyfriend.
Yeah.
And is he calling himself bi or is he gay?
Well, he did. Bi.
Now he said bi to bi and hey to gay or what?
Well, I don't. I guess. No. Before he was like, I guess, gay, and then now I guess he's like not even bi. I think he's hetero. You know.
Wow.
Yeah, that's gross.
Yeah, breeders.
Ew,
Hate all of them.
nasty.
But that sucks, don't you think?
Well, not anymore.
It does because I mean I like talk to him and stuff, and he just changes conversation.
All right, David, if you're going to have a relationship with a guy, you got to find out, you know, whether maybe there's a possibility he's just not into you.
It's probably because of what people tell him about me and stuff.
What do they say?
Well, remember, you guys, I had a call before, like, 2 months ago.
Oh, yeah.
And then I had said that I had sex with a rock.
With a what?
A rock?
Yeah.
A rock?
Rottweiler, you know.
Rottweiler?
Oh, Oh, because
Here we go. Here
you had
we
sex
go.
with a Rottweiler?
Yeah, I mean, it's just normal, I think.
No, David, no.
Wait a minute.
Hey, David. Hey. Here's David. David's a pipe smoker. He's got his friend that's a boyfriend, right? David's got it.
And then remember Billy...
Wait, David, shush. Quiet for a second, bro. David's got his boyfriend, okay? He's thinking, hey, all of a sudden, the guy is going to the other side, and his boyfriend starts liking girls. Dave doesn't know what it is. Could it be that you're boning Lassie? He doesn't turn him on anymore? Could that be it, David?
Yeah, but you see...
It's not normal to have sex with a dog.
Also abusive.
Not that, you know.
For the dog.
I mean, remember when you were like, and remember when Billy had a call like a month ago? And then he had said that I wanted to dress in drag?
No, listen, David.
Puts little skirts on the dog.
Please, this is Adam. This is the voice of reason. First off, if you're going to have sex with a dog, you start off with a Shih Tzu. You don't go
you can't
to a
say that on the
Rottweiler. You just don't start with a Rottweiler, because if a Rottweiler turns on you, you do not want to have your penis out in front of a Rottweiler.
Actually, he should.
Well, you deserve it.
The Rottweiler will turn
You
on
deserve
him.
it. Listen, you have to talk to this guy and find out what's going on. We cannot gauge whether this guy is gay, straight, or, heterosexual.
And it doesn't really matter. It's just the relationship is over and it's bumming him out. He needs to end the relationship, make his peace with it, and go on with his life.
I say volunteer over at the kennel.
That's the place we want to keep him away from.
Grab a 12-pack and break into the kennel.
You know, something that I might want to mention that's kind of interesting. Last Halloween, if you remember on LoveLine, we had Vicky and Raymond on. Okay?
Yeah, right.
Now, this is before Sir Adam was with us on LoveLine. Now, Vicky and Raymond, who I hope they're listening, and I'm even going to tell Analo after the show, maybe we got to get them back on. This is interesting. Vicky and Raymond were two twin boys, okay? Both gay, but Vicky is a transsexual and is getting the whole operation, okay? So I'm watching Talk Soup, right? And one of those TV shows are on. They're both on it. Vicky is getting married to a straight guy.
Wow, interesting.
And Raymond is like all freaked out. So, and let's call them up, or if you guys are listening, guy, girl, are listening, they were really cool. We'll try to get Vicky and Ray and bring people up to date with what's going on.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm kind of hurt that they didn't call us or invite us to the wedding or anything.
Let's come back down to earth here and talk to Joe. All right?
Hello, Joe.
Hey, what's up, Dr. Drew,
Hey, Joe.
Adam, and Ricky?
Hey.
What's going on, guys? Well, I've got a little problem. I've been seeing this girl for about a week or two or something like that. But when we met, she was living with a friend of mine. And, you know, they broke up after a while because he kind of ruined her life. But that's beside the point.
Bring it home, Joe.
Joe, it's a 2-hour show, Joe. We got to move along.
Well, I'm kind of boning her, and I don't got any feelings for her. I don't know what she's moving in about a week, and I don't know whether to tell her or...
Let me get this right. She's been your girlfriend?
Oh, sort of seeing her.
For like a couple of weeks.
And
Well, not really going out with her, just sort of seeing her.
having sex with her.
He's having sex with her. And she's moving.
She's moving.
How far away is she moving?
Across the country.
And she's not taking your penis with her, is she?
No.
All right, then. Be nice to her until she has to leave. Don't make any promises, and she's out the door.
She's coming back.
Well,
in like a few months after she moves.
All right, but why look down the road so far?
But Joe, don't swear your love to her, undying love to her. I think you tell her that you're going to see other people when she's out there, and that will sort of start things separating. I think. I think don't say anything that commits you to her.
How old are you, Joe?
I'm 18.
All right, 2 months is a lifetime to an 18-year-old. How old is she?
She's 18.
All right, if you just be polite, don't make any promises, part your ways, 2 months will go by, she won't be able to even remember your name.
You have been listening to Loveline. The opinions expressed by Ricky Rackman, Dr. Drew, Adam Carolla, or anybody else on this program are not necessarily anyone's. Loveline producer, Ann Wilkins.